welcome to WTOL 11 News on 6. I am Tatiana Cash here with the lovely meteorologist John Birchfield. Now, John, when we talk weather, and, oh, hey, by the way, we're online. Hi.
Yeah, good to have you.
Now, when we talk weather, of course, it's rain, it's sunshine, it's more pleasant stuff. But
Yeah.
Of course, see here behind
Yeah,
us.
amazingly, these wildfires have had a big impact on us here at home. And even though they're hundreds of miles away in Canada, it's amazing that that smoke can drift all the way to the Midwest. The jet stream is the conveyor belt that controls our weather, and it's essentially pulled that smoke from Canada all the way to Ohio and Michigan. And have you felt it this week?
A little bit. We felt hints, here and there. I'm sure you all have noticed it as well. So it's just like sometimes people, kind of wonder, well, why are we talking about it? Because like you said, it's all the way up there in Canada. Why is it important to focus on this?
Yeah, some of that smoke has actually made it to the ground level, and we've seen impairments to air quality, and that's unfortunately been bad news for those with respiratory conditions. Also, other sensitive groups are the very young and the elderly who are a little more susceptible to the impacts of this wildfire smoke. And we've actually seen some days where we had air quality alerts and warnings because the air is just murky with these pollutants.
Now, the good news is, though, the air quality, it wasn't awful. Let's be fair. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't at its best. But now it's improved drastically.
We are seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, and finally the sky looking a little bit more blue as opposed to that hazy, murky appearance. But AQI, or the air quality index, has really started to improve, Tatiana. I want to break down the latest data. The AQI currently sitting at 84. Generally speaking, under 100 is good. However, if you are a sensitive individual, if you do have respiratory conditions, still minimizing that outdoor time, probably a good bet. Our air quality index was double this earlier in the week, and that goes to show just how impactful that smoke was. Now, due to a slightly more active jet stream, that smoke is getting pushed off to the east of us. Do you see those orange colors? That indicates higher concentrations of that wildfire smoke. You see these blue colors in Ohio and Michigan. That shows you where the smoke is a little thinner, and we are starting to see some improvements to that air quality. Current air quality alerts, you'll notice there is nothing for Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. The only alerts that are in effect out towards the Cleveland metro and down near Cincy as well, where you see those gray shaded boxes. We are high and dry right now, but the next question on many of your minds is, when's it going to rain again? The answer, very soon. Sunday, a cold front's going to bring us the return of some rain. It's been too long for many folks, but how much rain do we get? I'll have the answer coming up.
All right, thanks, John. Now let's continue to talk because we do have some more details on those Canadian wildfires, which of course are still wreaking havoc across North America. Tonight, hundreds of fires are still burning across the entire country. And because of those forecasted strong winds in the area, the situation in Western Canada will continue to grow worse. The Washington State Commissioner of Public Lands has ordered heavy air tankers, air crews, and engines from Washington's DNR to go and help in Alberta. All right, now some of Findlay's Northside residents are still reeling after a massive house fire, which destroyed several homes and left others badly burned. WTOL 11 actually went to the neighborhood off of Broad Avenue to learn how the fire started on Northtown Drive around 2 p.m. Now take a look at this. You can see here the video really just sadly, because it happened. So the fire around 2 p.m. and then by 3 o'clock, so again, only about an hour, almost nothing was left in certain areas, but just piles of smoldering debris. Now, despite heavy damage, the Findlay Fire Battalion Chief, Matt Cooper, says, good news, no one was injured in the fire. This includes pets. We did send our Trent Croce out to talk with neighbors, and hopefully he will have a full, wonderful story and maybe even some good news. That's going to be tonight at WTOL 11 at 11. 81-year-old Theodore Ted Kaczynski, better known as the Unabomber, has died in federal prison after decades behind bars. Now, the Bureau of Prisons says he died in the North Carolina Federal Prison Medical Center. His cause of death has not been released at this time. Before moving to North Carolina, Kaczynski spent 2 decades in Colorado Federal Supermax Prison for a series of bombings targeting scientists. He did admit to committing 16 bombings from 1978 to 1995. He killed 3 people and permanently injured several others. Former President Donald Trump held his first rally since being indicted over alleged mishandling of classified documents. Trump is going to appear in court on Tuesday. CBS News reports the latest.
Former President Trump in Georgia.
This vicious persecution
is a travesty of justice.
Lashed out in his first public appearance since the 37-count indictment against him over mishandling of classified material after leaving the White House.
The ridiculous and baseless indictment of me by the Biden administration's weaponized Department of Injustice will go down as among the most horrific abuses of power in the history of our country.
The indictment is the culmination of a 14-month investigation into the former president, which included an FBI search warrant at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. Photos from the 49-page federal indictment reveal boxes and boxes of documents stashed in a bathroom, in a public ballroom, even under a water pipe. It alleges Mr. Trump told his attorney, "Wouldn't it be better if we just told them we don't have anything here?" later suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents demanded by a subpoena.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Out on the campaign trail Saturday, some of the candidates vying for the GOP nomination spoke out about the indictment.
I'm deeply troubled to see this indictment move forward.
It's important that we take it seriously. We don't diminish it.
Prosecutors say over 100 documents were recovered and say they have an audio recording where Trump appears to acknowledge he has classified information. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
All right, out on the town today, Perrysburg Mayor Tom Mackin visited with members of the Perrysburg community to get health nutrition on South Boundary Street. Now, the mayor says he makes a lot of a habit when it comes to holding these community forums to address topics like, let's say, speeding in the community, as well as safety around schools.
I think it's important for the mayors and especially towns like Perrysburg to be accessible and for people to have an opportunity to come and talk to them directly and not just send an email or not just type on social media, but to really come and talk about the problem and then work through some solutions.
All right. Now, the mayor is planning another community forum, so don't worry if you miss this one, Perrysburgians, that's what you're called. He says that he's going to share the details on the next community forum on social media. The Toledo Animal Rescue hosted a behind-the-scenes open house showcasing their facility. Attendees got to meet adoptable pets, and then they got door prizes as well as some refreshments. Look at the fur babies. Now, while out on tour, they actually got to see the newly renovated kitty clubhouse and cat room. Ooh. Administrators say shelter improvements have made the building more accessible for larger cats to play, as well as hold more animals that are brought in throughout the summer months.
So to see the changes we've made over the last several years, and there's people who haven't been here ever, so just to get them introduced to who we are, what we do, hopefully reel them in to be an adopter or a supporter or a volunteer or just someone who is telling other people how wonderful we are.
Oh, so excited. Okay, the summer, of course, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is a busy time for the shelter because they usually hit max capacity pretty early due to different incidents. So if you are interested in adopting a fur baby, you should think about it. You can actually go ahead and call the shelter to set up an appointment today. All right, now back in May, WTOL shared a story about two BGSU graduates who took flight to break an aviation world record. And today, there was a party at Bowling Green Flight to celebrate Barry and Aaron's successful journey. Their goal was to, listen, take off and land continuously from 48 states in 48 hours. And get this, they did so in 44 hours and 13 minutes. The two pilots say the weather was good and they were met with tremendous support throughout their entire journey.
Yes, it's going to be neat to set the world record, but to promote the general aviation, inspire the next generation of pilot, and to give to the Veterans Airlift Command those are our top goals, and I think we did a great job doing all three of those.
All right, now they said the most challenging part of the trip was planning out, John, listen to this. So the most challenging about 48 up, down in 48 hours was just trying to figure out the math and timing for each of their stops, not the actual flying to all 48 states.
Yeah, you really got to plan ahead for that. And, I can't help but wonder, how does Santa Claus do it? I'm sure he has to plot out a very particular route.
I'm not going to say that they called and probably asked for a little bit of help.
Yeah, he knows a thing or two about that. But
right?
Yeah, 48 states, that is certainly an impressive feat there.
Now, you were talking about like oh my goodness, when it comes to wildfire, the
jet stream, which also impacts flight. You know, when you're 30,000 feet up in the air, have you ever heard the captain say, we're about to encounter some rough air or turbulence? Yeah, I don't like the turbulence word, but that is due to the jet stream. And that's another reason, Tatiana, if you're flying from west to east, say California to Detroit, you're going to ride the jet stream and go faster. But if you're flying from Toledo or Detroit to Chicago or out west, it's going to be a little slower because you're running against, you're basically a fish swimming upstream.
Look at that. Science.
Isn't it interesting?
Very much so, and very cool. So congratulations to them, and congratulations on having positive weather, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're finally going to see a little more blue in the sky as that wildfire smoke clears, and also some needed rainfall that'll come as good news for some area farmers and gardeners. Today was our third straight week without a single drop of rain. This is a historic stretch. We've gone 21 days without any rainfall, and that is the driest spring season streak that has ever occurred. We have had a stretch that was a little longer in the summertime, but as far as spring goes, 21 straight dry days, just 9/10 of an inch since the 1st of May. We are now under moderate drought conditions. That's the brown color that you see, which means that all of southern Michigan and northwest Ohio really needs the rain. Moderate is still on the low end of the spectrum, and hopefully the rainfall tomorrow is going to be good news for area gardeners and farmers. We are dry right now, but I want to show you where our next rain system's coming from. If you look off to the northwest of us, there's a cold front, and that front is going to bring us rain showers. That front is also going to clear out the smoke, and it's going to bring a more refreshing, cooler feel to the start of the work week. Hour by hour timing, that front's going to be knocking on our doorstep by Sunday morning. The rain's going to really pick up in the afternoon and evening, and you'll notice some of those brighter yellows indicative of steadier, more widespread rain, and widespread rain is certainly what many folks need right now. Rain returns Sunday, mainly in the afternoon. The latter half of the day, you'll notice more widespread soaking showers possible with some of those brighter, more vivid colors. Rain showers continue through dinner time, so keep the umbrella handy, and overall we are expecting around ½ an inch of rain out of this. That'll help quench those drought conditions. Of course, it's going to take more than just one rainfall system, but this will at least be a start towards alleviating our concerns as far as the drought goes. Planning out your day. If you do want to get some dry time in, that morning walk or bike ride should be mainly cloudy and dry. By lunchtime, you'll notice some showers, perhaps leaving church or going out to eat. Into the afternoon, showers become steady and widespread, and you'll notice temperatures fall on off to the 60s. That's a sign that, hey, there's a cold front moving on through. Overall, expecting around ½ an inch of rainfall, mainly during the afternoon hours when the rain's going to be coming down a little steadier. I want to show you the weather map that predicts how much rain we are going to get as well. You'll see ½ an inch, maybe even a little more south and east of Toledo. I think the steadiest rain is going to fall southeast of the Maumee River, where some spots could get close to 1 inch of some very much needed rainfall. That's not the only rain chance on the horizon. Looking ahead towards Tuesday, more showers possible. Now, as far as the temperatures go, one thing you'll notice is behind that front, it's going to be a cooler start to the work week. Could see an isolated thunder shower next weekend. And then looking towards Saturday, only a 20% chance with temperatures seasonable, about what you'd expect. Low 80s on the board with some more typical June weather, and finally an end to that 21-day dry stretch. Tatiana?
All right, sounds good, John. Thanks. Now, what also is going to sound good? It's good times at the St. Jude Dream Home out in Monclova Township. Look, see? Look. Monclova Township, because the Lazy Boy furniture store brought all the furniture out and spent the day setting up the living room, dining room, and kitchen this week. Gorgeous stuff. Take a look at this. This beautiful ranch-style home is being built, well, technically it's already been built now by Buckeye Real Estate Group. They've done it before. They do it again. It looks gorgeous. It's valued at more than, no big deal, $500,000. This home could be yours, and all you have to do is reserve your $100 ticket. You need to do it soon because we always sell out. But do not forget, just because you could win the house, you could also win a $100 ticket gives you into a brand new Honda Civic LX. That's the air horn sound. So your ticket does two things for one. Again, thanks to Jim White Honda, we do this Honda Civic 2023 LX. Or not convertible, it's a car. Now, it has all the bells and whistles, and it's one of those cars that is super hard to find at this current moment. So all your money is going to go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital as they work, of course, to defeat childhood cancer. Call the number there on your computer screen, your phone screen, any screen, your tablet screen. Do it. Look at that number. Call it right now, and we will go ahead and give you, of course, a ticket. We're going to draw the winner for the home as well as the car in August. All right, now the Glass City Metro Park has officially opened, and there's a lot to get out and do. So yesterday, celebrations started with a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then families got a chance to walk around, see the new additions, as well as take in a concert. There's also trails, there's a restaurant, there's a skate ring in the shape of a ribbon, and 3 nature-themed playgrounds. The grand opening and dedication of the new park on the east side was 3 years in the making.
It has been the community's dream, I think, for decades now to reuse this brownfield space and turn it into something. And there have been many great ideas floated over those decades. This is the first one that really hit and brought the whole community together.
Now, if you still have not gotten a chance to go out and catch the fun, don't worry, because they're actually doing fun stuff all this weekend, and it's all free. There's going to be a Sunday outdoor expo. It runs from noon until 5. You can try some kayaking, rock climbing, and other outdoor activities, all for free. The Glass City Metro Park is near the National Museum of the Great Lakes on Front Street in East Toledo. Park's open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
It's really cool to see that park come to life. We were doing the weather live there the other day, talking about wildfire smoke, and you could see the haze on the horizon. But yeah, Glass City Metro Park is just awesome and really bringing some new life to East Toledo and downtown. Looking towards that 10-day forecast, a cold front tomorrow is going to bring some rain showers and also help disperse some of that wildfire smoke. So a win-win. We do have a 70% chance of rain, especially in the afternoon, and plan on a soaking rain of at least ½ an inch. That'll be good news for area farmers. We drop back to the low 70s, a little bit of a chill in the air Monday. Scattered showers also possible Tuesday. Temperatures back up to the 80s midweek. Isolated thunder showers Thursday and Saturday, but overall the 10-day forecast, just what we need as far as periodic scattered rain, nothing too heavy, just the right amount, hopefully to quench that drought. And temperatures do bounce back to the low to mid 80s. By the end of that 10-day, our normal high is going to be 84. So, hey, that's a sign that summer is here. All
right, that does sound good. I'm looking at the extended forecast, trying to plan out my times because of the 3 metro parks, the parks themselves individually. The third one, my favorite, was the giant, basically splash pad.
Oh yes, so much fun.
All those little kiddos, they have the giant waterfall. There's different little geysers. It was so much fun. So yeah,
brings out the kid in you too.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. I spoke with actually an adult parent who admitted to going into, because there's 2 sections. There's like a little kid as well as a big kid playground area.
Oh, no,
she goes, oh yeah, I went inside there. She didn't get stuck. She went into it down
in
the
slide. Little kid one?
Oh, in the big kid one.
Okay.
She's a big kid, but little at heart.
Yeah, a kid at heart.
Exactly.
No shame in that.
Exactly. There's tons of zip lines. I had a lot of fun covering that.
That's a blast. And especially once the weather starts to heat up, it's a great way to cool off. Just
definitely.
Yeah, getting under the splash pad.
Well, thank you so much. And then thank you for joining us. We hope you'll continue to watch on air as well as online. Of course, we are going to be on tonight, WTOL 11 at 11 and on Fox 36 at 10. Don't forget to watch.